everybody. I've got a. It's Friday, and I've got a journal, and I've got some envelopes to share. And this one is, well, let's measure. Let's measure 8.5 by 5 3/4. Nice size journal. It's a grunge, and it's kind of retro-y. This is actually a bedspread that I got in an estate sale. And then I put a piece of canvas behind it and used, I like this brown scrapbook paper, so I put that there. And then this is out of my vintage book. It's a 1960 catalog, Montgomery Ward catalog. And then these two little things are Tim Holtz pieces. And then I put some rosettes there, and I left all the strings and threads and everything going throughout. That's the back, and it's been coffee stained, and the inside's coffee stained, and the strap is coffee stained. I just went coffee stained crazy. It's stitched in a dark brown, and I did the edges on this one in the coffee stain going on. And then this is an assortment of fabrics with a safety pin and a button. And inside I put one of my envelopes. These are great for holding stuff, grouping stuff together, things you want to keep. And the background's got a real pretty blue swirl thing going on. And then I put a piece of ephemera on the back. I know I printed this. Yeah, I printed this. And then inside I put some cards, some just pretties. You gotta have pretties. This has got some cheesecloth on it, which is really neat. And then some lavender. And a picture of 3 ladies. I'm always doing that. I'm going to try and really become more conscious about that. And then it's got lace here with a piece of sari silk. And then over here, I used the actual ephemera out of the book, and this is one of those toasters that the doors flip out. I thought that was really cool. And it's got stamping and different stamps. It's got script stamp. It's got crackle stamp. It's got the coffee dyeing going on. This is a piece of ephemera out of that stash that Cheryl found in an estate sale, my friend Cheryl. I have lookouts everywhere. And she found some really neat stuff from the 50s. This particular one is about Winston Churchill. Got a tuck spot here in the brown stitching. And a tuck spot here with the book page tuck. Isn't that pretty? That's the real ephemera. Nice pretty pocket with some different fabrics and a gauze tie. And then I put that real pretty card in there. And then that's the stitching from the other side with all the stamping going on. It's a pretty active pages in here, but you can journal right over that. I do it all the time. What I really liked about that 60s book, and it doesn't have very many pages in it that are color, but this one is, and I found a couple, and look at the bathing suit styles. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. And they're $7 and $8. And over here I made a tab with some different fabrics, and that is some canvas from the other side there. That's a piece of, I like the date there, the 1948 date. And then just some odds and ends. Another vintage piece there. This is a double tuck. It's got a tuck spot behind it with the sewing from the other side with the fuzzies. And then it says Beyond Measure. And then the envelope itself. I put that little piece of paper in there. Look at this purse. Is that not great? Oh, my stars. Love it. Reminds me of my grandmother, or my mother. I should say my mother. I'm older than that. Got some fabric going here with a bunch of different fabrics. And see all the threads? I mean, they're just everywhere, which I love that look. Tuck spot there. Another piece of ephemera that's been sewn around and inking and stamping. And over here, This is actually out of a 1950 newspaper. That's the natural aging. I didn't do anything to it. A little piece of paper. I just happened to like that. And then I put that little stamped image. Look at this. Who remembers when it was pink everything? I mean, you could get your towel, your bathtub, your sink, all that stuff in that pink. Yeah, I mean, I still see houses to this day that have that. But that's just crazy. So I had to put that in there. Little pocket here with a bow and 2 cards. Tuck spot here. Figured you might want to write something on there. Look at this. I like this particular vintage ephemera because you can see the back of the dress too back here, which I think is so pretty. Another piece of ephemera there and there. Beautiful hat. Beautiful lady. I could not bring myself to put anything on this page. For some reason, it really spoke to me, and I really liked it. So I left it as is. Little mini tuck spot here with part of a book page. Little birdie. Another little mini tuck with a mini card. Mini, mini, mini. Piece of ephemera there. And the threads and just stamping and inking. And it's bath mats and a little hamper. So different than what we do today. I just love it. Kind of takes you back. A tuck spot there, and tuck spot here, tuck spot there. Here a tuck, there a tuck. Another piece of ephemera there, stitching. This matches the cover, and I put crochet there, and that says 24/7/365. And then inside I put a photo mat. You put a photo here, and then you can journal about it on the back. Maybe you want to keep something special there. Another pretty dress. Some fabric tab. This is a newspaper clip from Centenary is, what do you call that? It's part of Shreveport. It's a street and a section. Well, it says Centenary section. So there you go. And then a piece of ephemera up here. Another tuck spot here. Look at this. Love it. And I'm not scanning any of these, so, you know, once I use them, that's it. I've got so much ephemera. A whole tub full. And I want more. Aren't we all like that, those of us that make the journals? We always want more because you can never, ever have too much. I particularly like this. Is a Kansas City Southern Railway, back when they used to take people. Now they're just business. But I love the ad. I thought that was, it says Beat the Heat. And it's got people in a bathing suit. But it's just so old looking. And it's the actual clip from the newspaper. Tuck spot there. Another one of those purses, which I just fell in love with. And some canvas fabric running down the side. And stitching. Another vintage ad here. This is a double tuck, a grungy card. And then inside the envelope is also a tuck. Another piece of ephemera here. I just put that there. Sometimes I put things places. I don't know why I do it. I just do it. I just think it looks good. Pocket here. I love this fabric. Absolutely love it. Got it in an estate sale. And some fabrics here. And it says 1813. And then the stitching from the other side. And I folded that up so it would be a longer card to use. Another tuck spot here with a book page and stamping and crackling and all kinds of stuff going on. Another tuck spot here. Another vintage ad. I just love that clock. I just think it's so cool. The clock of tomorrow. And then this is part of that ephemera that I got from Cheryl that she got found at the estate sale. And the threads, of course, and stitching from the other side. And then this matches the front. The fabrics aren't the same, but the little button, which I think is cute. And the staining all the way around the edge, almost like it got a little water stain, but the inside wasn't harmed, you know, kind of like that. And then this is a booklet. It looks like a stack of papers, but it's a booklet with all different kinds of coffee dyed papers in it, just different varieties. And this was the raw edge of this fabric, and I just thought it looked cool, so I left it and stitched it down. And there's the back. Again, it's been coffee stained to look kind of grungy. And there's the front again. And that's it for this journal. And I'll do the envelopes next, and I will see you there. Bye-bye, everybody.